Hi everyone, welcome to Nokview podcast. And in this episode, I have an amazing person with me. She's an historian and she is knowledgeable, and I want her to come. Let's have a discussion on the Igbo culture. So this is episode 3 of my Ancient Civilization in Nigerian series. If you have not seen episode 1 and episode 2, you should check it out now or after listening to this. Okay guys, so if you don't know, Nokview podcast is available on YouTube, is available on Spotify, is available on AudioMac. You can also check us out on Apple Music and Google Podcast, to mention a few. So hi Chinoso, can you please introduce yourself to our listeners today?
Hello everyone, my name is Chinonso Ihoma, and like she said, I'm a historian and I'm also a lecturer with Renaissance University in Ukwu.
Okay, Chinoso, you're welcome to Nokview podcast. So we're just simply going to be, this is episode 3 of my series on this podcast on civilizations in Nigeria, pre-colonial time. And for this episode, we're looking at the Igbo culture. So basically, I want you to share with us, your knowledge on Igbo culture and where it is founded, where it is located, to mention a few. So I think I'll start with the first question. What is the Igbo culture? Like, where is it founded? Like the basic knowledge that you think we should have of the Igbo culture.
Okay. So the Igbo culture is an archaeological site where some artifacts were discovered by one Professor Tostan Shaw. So Igbo is located in Anambra State, in a village known as Ukwu in Anambra State. And the discoveries in the sites, there are actually 3 sites in Ukwu: the Igbo Isaiah, Igbo Jonah, and Igbo Richard. So these 3 sites exposed Nigerians, Africans, and anyone that is interested in archaeology, artifacts. It exposed them to what existed in pre-colonial Nigeria, Igbo land in particular. Because in this site, so many artifacts were discovered, like jewelries, utensils, textile, beads, jewelries, beads. And there is a very prominent discovery there, that is the Ukwu. So one of the prominent excavations is the ceremonial pot. This is a bronze pot. It's a very beautiful piece of art. I've seen it myself. I've seen the picture, I've seen the replica, actually, not the original version, because it's not in Nigeria, it's not in Enugu State, it's not in Anambra State. When you go to the National Museum in Enugu, the Museum of Unity in Enugu, you would see a replica there. In Ibuku, what they have in Ibuku is like a picture. They don't have the original artifact there. So Ibuku culture, or Ibuku artifact, as the case might be, is a very, very interesting. It's a very interesting thing to behold, because when you look at the discoveries by Professor Tostan Shaw, you notice that the Igbo ethnic group in Nigeria, they had a very strong civilization that dates up to 9th century. You can see the sophisticated culture that they had. And some of the discoveries that was made by Professor Tostan Shaw revealed that these people had engaged in long-distance trade. Now, although the Igbo people, they live in the hinterland, they live a little bit far away from the coastal areas, but the discoveries exposes historians and lovers of history to the fact that the Igbos, or people of Igbo origin before colonial period, were traders. They engaged in long-distance trade. They had beads, they had they had, and when you see some of the arts that they have there, the inscriptions, you could see drawings of horses being carved on some of the objects there. So it showed that they had some kind of close contact with people that made use of horses. So yeah, that's that. For anybody that wants to know more about Igbo culture, Ibuku culture, the artifacts that was discovered in Ibuku, it's a good place to start. So yeah, I think I should talk about how the discoveries was made. So it was actually a man, an Ibuku indigene, who was digging a well in his compound, and then he stumbled on these rare artifacts. To him, then, he didn't see it as an artifact. He just saw it as an ancient object, or rather ancient objects, which he discovered by mistake. So some of the materials or the artifacts that he got, he shared them with his family members, his friends, and it was even said that he used some of the pots or one of the utensils that he got to feed his goats. So you see, sometimes we don't know the value of what we have until someone that values it comes in contact with it. So it wasn't until Professor Stanshaw heard about it that more discoveries were made. And today, as a result of the Ibuku culture, a museum is currently located in Ibuku. So this museum houses almost all the artifacts. I said almost because most of them have already been taken out of Ibuku land. Some of them are in London, some are in other museums, some are as replicas in other museums. So yes, Ibuku culture is a very interesting culture to know about.
Okay, thank you very much. So just by listening to you, I found out that Ibuku culture is a major civilization in pre-colonial Africa. We have, through your explanation, we have learned about discovery, which is by mistake by man before Tostanshon found it. Okay, so, and you have talked about, their economic system, their culture and things that they have created. So I just want to know that maybe their impact in present day society, and where is it? You have mentioned where it is located in present day Nigeria. So I just want to know if like some of their cultural practices are still practiced in present day, where it is located in present day Nigeria.
Well, you see, that's I wouldn't say it's a tricky question, because Ibuku is an ancient tradition. It's an ancient culture. It's an archaeological site. So the man that discovered this, the first discovery was Isaiah Anozie. So that was why the first site, because it was discovered in his compound, it was named Igbo Isaiah. Because why they had to name it Igbo Isaiah is because it wasn't just one form or one type of artifact that was found. Several artifacts were found there.
Okay.
And then the other one that was named Igbo Jonah was discovered in Jonah's compound. Okay. And then the one that was named Igbo Richard was discovered in Richard's compound. So
that means they named it based on the
place it was discovered.
And
yes.
The name of the house.
Yes, the owner of the compound.
Of the
yes.
Wow. Okay.
So when you visit Ibuku Museum, located in Ibuku, Anambra State, you get to see that the artifacts in this museum does not really tell you much about the contemporary society. Okay. It will only tell you about what had existed in the past, because you see you get to see the kinds of things that they used as storage equipment. You get to see the kind of things they used as farmers. You could see baskets that, of course, they might have used to spread their farm produce or something. You just left with assumptions and stipulations. And then you get to see doors. And yes, of course, I wouldn't forget to mention that you get to see scary things that look like they belong to a native doctor. So if you are an African, you know what I mean, like things used for incantations and all the rest of that. And yes, Ibuku Museum, they have a wide collection of this. You also get to see cowries. So, but then the funny thing is that people pilfer these things, people steal these things. movable or portable artifacts. No, we have two types of artifacts, right? Or rather, archaeology